Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is G. You're watching Allastrology. This is the week of August 25th and the following 7 days. Yep, we're already here. August 25th, Monday. At the top of the chart, we have Hygeia. She gives us a report card. So we'll see what sign she's in, and then we'll know what the report card, what she's reporting on. And we also have Isis. So we're going to talk about that too. Isis is known to have brought her husband Osiris back from death. Back from death. So we'll see what sign that's in, and we'll talk about why I have them up here together, why it's important. Saturn. Saturn's going to be making a move and moving. It's already retrograding, but it will be retrograding back into Pisces. We got the sun starting the week off at 2 degrees in Virgo. So we just 2 days ago had a new moon in Virgo. Right. New moon in Virgo, conjunct Regulus. Yeah, this begins a new cycle. And the focus is on Virgo energy. What is the Virgo energy? You think of your job, what you do at your job, the department you're in, the tasks, the lists, the projects. You also think about your job in general as far as what's going to happen to my job. Do I still have a job? Am I changing jobs? Mercury rules this, so we're always thinking about options. We're going to have the sun becoming conjunct Pandora's box. And you see this I got the green arrow on it, that shape right there, that's Pandora's box. It's typically referred to as, something you just don't want to open because you release all the evils of the world and all that is left is hope. It sounds pretty wicked, right? So with that wickedness, you think about the jobs and you think about Virgo energy and you think about Mercury being there because it's the ruler. And so it's reporting, it's releasing details and information. I think that when the sun becomes conjunct Pandora's box, it will be an authority figure and there will be more information that we, it seems like the news cycles are never slow. So more information coming down the pike. The big deal with this is that it's coming out of an authority figure's mouth. Now we've had a lot of authority figures talking and speaking, basically just delivering information and the stats, right? And it not being received really well. And some people actually being threatened to be gone. Yeah, I think when the sun and Pandora's box are conjunct, the health of my mind, the health of my communication style, even the way I learn or don't learn. You see, there's that challenge, the Mercury square Mercury stuff, you see, because of the Gemini. And it doesn't help that Sagittarius at the other side with the T square, and that's Jupiter, and that makes all the details really confusing, and we get things all mixed up. So it is a challenge. Remember the 11 degrees, disruptions, shocks and surprises, authority figures, tech, and expect the unexpected type of energy. Another 11 degrees, Pallas Athena. She plans. She's got a map. She's a strategist. She thinks about the small and the details and also thinks about the big picture. But she is really good at thinking outside of the box, especially in Aquarius energy. Like, she's strong here because Aquarius is already very unconventional and original, totally non-traditional energy. It says different and be disruptive. And this Mars is actually in a strong trine with that Pallas Athena. So it doesn't just talk about it. It takes action. It's Mars. Mars takes action. This is in partnerships. This would be business partnerships too. We think of trade. We think of mass transportation. We think of the big T, right? The tariffs. We're hearing information with risks and risk taking. This is Leo energy, so it's people of authority, possibly public figures, whether they're infamous or famous. These can be politicians, these can be actors and people who are performers. We think Leo, so children, fun, joy, creativity, taking risks, having a good time, entertainment, dating, mating, and hopefully you're not messing with the children, right? But Venus is now here. You see Venus at 0. So the love connection and desires, this is probably going to be revealing some stuff we possibly suspected but didn't hear about before, because here's Venus and Leo now. So remember the whole Epstein stuff. Yes, it's been big for a long time, right? But it really came roaring back when Mercury began. When Mercury entered into her retrograde zone, that's when it was like, whew, the Epstein stuff just like went wild. So the astrology is reading, we're going to be hearing about lust and love and desires and being, Venus is silly in Leo because it's all about entertainment and fun. And I just want to have a good time. We'll see how this looks. We'll see what other kind of raunchy, undesirable news we may be hearing about. Venus in Leo. She's there all the way. She goes from 0 to 6 degrees by Monday. I want to get to these two here. They're both in the same sign right now, the same sign, okay? They are in Gemini and they're at critical degrees at the very beginning of the week. Gemini, the news, it's the markets, whether it's the stock market, the housing market, it's the markets. The report card, Hygeia has been here. We've been getting information and feedback. We've had revisions of job data, and there's revisions done all the time. There's nothing, that's just the way it's always worked. I mean, maybe not always, and I'm not an economist, but I think since I don't know, a long, long decades, I should say, decades. So this is really a big focus on the markets in general and the health of the markets. Remember, this is a health report card of what? Of Gemini energy. And the markets, this is public figures. This is filthy rich people as well. Sales, communications, social media, Gemini, talking, communication, coworkers, sibling, education. Oh, that's scary. And it is conjunct Isis. So this conjunction with these two here. Saturn's making its move. It's in its retrograde, but it's backing slowly but surely, going from 0 degrees of Aries into 2959 degrees of Pisces. Now, this technically is in 7 days' time, but it's really going to change not just the Pisces energy. Well, let me put it like this, because Neptune is in Aries and Neptune rules Pisces. It is going to change the structure. It is going to change the goals. It is going to change the institutional energy yet again. Anytime somebody wants to take your hard-earned money and tell you it's going to be a good thing, and they're the wealthy people, it's not a good thing.